Hey guys, what's going on? This is Justin Zoris from Centennial College. You're watching Centennial On Demand. We're doing the best of local heroes. You know, people think of heroes, they think of Batman, Superman, even Bugs Bunny. But right now, we're going to tone it down a lot, so we're going to be watching the heroes around us, how they influence us, and how they influence our society. We're going to throw it to some clips right now. Stay tuned. Local heroes coming your way.
My affinity for this particular care center goes back a long time. Simply, well, even before it was built, my parents were at the point of needing nursing home care, and this was just a dream. In 1988, this was just a dream, and I would have given anything to be able to have them placed in a very culturally sensitive environment. There are a number of residents here now that were and still are members of the women's organization that I belong to. So it's like when I come here, I not only visit my brother-in-law, but it's like visiting everybody else that I know and that I don't know. But I enjoy spending time here with the group and doing specific functions. There are a number of events that are organized, or a number of things that need to happen here in the care center. We have meetings once a month of the volunteer committee, and it's at that point that we discuss fundraising projects, events coming up, what we're going to need help for, that type of thing.
Okay, Lydia and I are related, and so I met Lydia when she married into our family. And so we've seen each other at various functions and affairs, and Lydia's been very active in the community, and so we've just sort of followed each other through our lives, and then we came across each other at the care center again, and so that was just wonderful. From childhood, she's been a doer and a giver and a hard worker in various organizations, and I thought, look at all this experience that she has, and what a wonderful asset she would be to our committee.
Young, determined, and strong-willed, Stephanie Applin is the 23-year-old director of a program called Out of the Cold. This program was started in order to feed those who do not have a hot meal during the cold winters.
Tuesday from November to the end of March. We get the bread as a donation from Silverstein's Bakery on a call at college, and we buy the meat and cheese ourselves. And that's so we make the sandwiches in the morning from 9 to 11, and the soup is a donation from a kitchen on campus. I started initially back in my first year because I was living at Res on campus, and it was close by, and I had Tuesday mornings free, and it seemed really fun.
Watch Hall coordinate last winter as a first time. I think she did a tremendous job.
So we get started at 9 in the morning, and we have coffee, tea, juice, cookies, and crackers from 9, and then we have to pick up the meat and cheese that we order from St. Mike's campus, and come back here, and we start assembling all the sandwiches. And we normally have about 5 kinds of meat, and then at 11 o'clock we start serving the soup and sandwiches to all the patrons, and we have everything available. Both patrons and volunteers that are interesting. Volunteers, undergrads, grad students, professors, so they all have different stories. And a lot of different people who have a whole bunch of different life stories. Professors and some people kind of getting their life back on track, and they'll come and say, look, I have a steady job and I found an apartment. It grows if you come every week. You see the same volunteers, you see the same patrons, and it really is building a sense of community, and I think that the benefits aren't very obvious necessarily, but at the end of the year, if you've been volunteering the whole year and you meet different people, and you can say that that's what you've been doing, and you have fun spreading mustard on the buns.
For Stephanie Applin, the most rewarding part of the job is knowing you are helping someone and getting to meet lots of interesting people.
great day, brother. Take care.
Local hero.
The students of the Public Relations class in Centennial College were given an assignment to create an event. Now, given her background with helping the community, it was only natural that Camille Oliver suggested that they create a charity event.
I used to do children's Sunday school, anything to do with like children and mentoring I was really into. Just giving back to my community sort of thing, because a lot of people had done that for me, so I just wanted to give back the way that people had given back to me. The charity came about because we wanted to do something for AIDS awareness. World AIDS Day was coming up around the time that we wanted to have the event, so we chose to do AIDS, and our proceeds are going to the AIDS Committee of Toronto.
Prior to her successes as a student, Camille has committed countless hours to community service, working with church groups as well as working with Tropicana.
I do volunteer with Tropicana Community Services. That's a Saturday mentorship program where you teach English and math to children from kindergarten to grade 12. Just one Saturday morning I went with my mom's friend to see what it was like, and after that I did it for a couple years and I enjoy it.
The planning stages of the event didn't go as smoothly as the event itself. One of Camille's group members provided more insight on the issue.
We met on Sunday night and we said, oh my God, we don't have enough stuff. And we started panicking. And then Camille comes in and she brings like tons of stuff to support our event, and we're just like, oh my God, you're the best. So she really was very instrumental in the role. And also for our event tonight, she was really good as the MC, creating questions, getting the audience involved. Honestly, if we did not have her in our group, then this event would never have been as successful.
Overall, for the night, they've raised just over $900, which is right under their goal. From Centennial College, this is another edition of Local Heroes.
I've been a teacher for about 23, 24 years, but in the school system for about 13 years. In business, I worked in the banking system, and then I worked as a performer for a while, but the teaching thing just kept popping into my life, and opportunities kept coming up across Canada, teaching with different institutions and organizations, and that it was satisfying. It was satisfying, so I figured, why not make a career of it? And that's what I'm doing.
Front, back, back. Question. When you develop to the front, is it like full or is it just...
They achieve a sense of discipline, confidence and self-esteem, teamwork, a work ethic. More than becoming a dancer, those are the soft skills that are harder to measure, but that are the important skills that take them across any kind of job or career path that they might choose. So confidence and sense of curiosity and a love for learning, those are the biggies.
I love it when she does, like we'll be doing across the floor, and then she'll say, "You're not Farmer Joe," and then she'll give us an example of what we shouldn't be doing, and we all go, "Oh, damn, that's what we're doing," and then we'll get better by her showing us what we shouldn't do, and then giving us an example of what we should do.
Throughout Marianne's years of dance, she had many motivators, but the one person that stood out the most was her husband, who often told her to pursue what she loved, which was dance.
There are moments when people have come into class, there's one or two people in particular who've come into class feeling down and depressed and then left feeling happy and said to me, "Wow, thanks, Miss, my day's been changed."
A lot of students at MT would agree that Mr. Rogers is more of a friend than a teacher, and he's always willing to go out of his way to see his students succeed.
He's the kind of person that'll lift you up when you're down.
He's a good person to look up to.
You can help others, then you're doing something heroic, and it doesn't have to be a big thing. The leadership class is it's a grade 11 course. although we do have students from grade 10, 11, and 12 in there. And it's consists of kids that not only are they maybe people that would be leaders yet, but people that we're hoping to transform into leaders within our school. And that happens over the course of the semester. I think they have it harder than teachers, especially when they get a little bit older. In grade 11 and 12, the work really starts to pile up. You also have a lot of life issues that they're kind of adult issues, but you have to remember that they're still kids, and it's not easy for them to deal with these things. So yeah, it's definitely hard for these kids, and a lot of them, you know, we go home after work, but they go to a second job, and then they have to do their homework, and then whatever else their family life might be holding for them that day, they have to do that as well. So they're taking on a lot. By giving these students the opportunity to do things, like speak in front of a gym full of 300 or 400 kids, they're shy at first, but by the end of it, they've now accomplished something that they wouldn't have done before. So, but I just wish that we all did it. And the reason why is because the classroom environment's a lot different than the environment at lunch or after school or before school, when you can take that kid and you don't have to talk about something that's in the curriculum that the government wants you to teach. That's when maybe more of the real life conversations happen. So I find it really rewarding to just hang out with them.
Nowadays, it's hard to find someone who can bring out the better in you. Mr. Rogers is just one of the amazing teachers at MT who's trying to turn its bad reputation around by challenging his students to be leaders in a world where everyone is a follower.
So we've seen a lot of people out there doing extraordinary things, doing extraordinary tasks. We're going to show a bit more right now, so stay tuned. Centennial On Demand. Check it out.
When cancer strikes in a family, it can be devastating. The one diagnosed, as well as their family, could need something to support them. That's why Gilda's Club exists. The goal of Gilda's Club is to provide support for families affected by cancer. Amy Plain volunteers for the Noogie Land program at Gilda's Club, a program for children and teens to provide them with support when cancer exists in their family.
My name is Amy Plain, and I am a child life specialist here at Gilda's Club Greater Toronto. My job is to coordinate the children's program to design and facilitate a program for them that helps it make them easier for them to cope with cancer in the family and understand what that means, what it is that a parent or a sibling or themselves are going through, and help them understand what their feelings are associated with that. And for me, the most rewarding thing is to be able to talk with the kids about what's going on with their family on their terms and using their language. So the most rewarding thing for me is knowing that I can be that person for them, to talk with them about what's going on with their family and talk with them about what their feelings are, and to be that safe person. So I'm honored to work with the kids here at Gilda's Club Greater Toronto, and I'm honored to work with their families as well.
And Amy Plain herself isn't the only one grateful for it.
Amy has been the best support for myself and my family at this time in our lives. The kids have a place to come and stay and play. They have support in a place where there's other children that are going through the same experiences as we are at our home. And she provides. So Amy has been the best support for my children that I could ever ask for. Amy is unbelievable. Thank you, Amy, for everything that you've done for me and my family.
The Noogie Land program, our hope is to be able to provide a cancer support community for the kids. The kids have their own unique community because their understanding of what's going on in the family really depends on where they are developmentally, what their age is, and what their experiences are with cancer and with illness in the family. Ultimately, our goal is to be a safe place for kids to come and learn and play together.
Cancer can be a devastating affair. Amy Plain offers families affected by it a source of comfort, offering a helping hand through a dark time in their lives. Not for a profit, but simply out of the goodness of her heart. That's what makes her a local hero.
This is Lakeshore Collegiate, home to Greg Danakis, a drama teacher who has been inspiring students for 15 years.
Part of the philosophy that I've had over the years in education
is in terms of being real. I mean, I think that's very important. I think that there are teachers who come into a classroom and they put on their teacher hat. You know, they may be very warm, caring people in life, but as soon as they walk into a classroom, they all of a sudden think that they have to be in teacher mode, and that a student is actual, like a sub-genre of a human being as a student. You know, and I never kind of bought into that philosophy. I think that in any relationship you have in life, you have to be who you are, and you have to treat people like human beings.
Brittany Terry is a senior student and actress of Degrassi.
A second father in my eyes. He's one of the first people I tell about my problems. You know, he gives me my advice. He's just always down to earth. He's always there for me, always.
I can relate to my students on many levels. I grew up in mental housing, single mom, social assistance, because I have that background. You know, I think I can really relate to students, and students can really relate to me.
Yovan Strawback, an actor for Degrassi, feels they can go to him for anything.
My father passed away in January, so he was the first person out of like the school I told. He helped me around with that.
2 years after coming to LCI, Degrassi started the main stage production program.
Our big budget event is the main stage production. They have become Southern Etobicoke events. We have tremendous community support. For example, teachers are often in the play. We had the trustee, Bruce Davis, in one of our productions. Last year we had a father who played a father, and this year we're doing Oliver Twist. We're involving children, small children of the community, to play the orphans. The 3 vice principals and the principal will be acting in the play. Theater is just a wonderful, magical world, and they forget, you know, that their problems, and they're sitting in an audience and they're just being blown away by what they're seeing, and it's also very exciting.
Welcome to the Danforth Veterinary Clinic, where pets and their owners are treated like family.
Being at the back, you know, my focus is definitely animals, and it's wonderful that we have such great clients, but yeah, I tend to recognize the pets first.
We do surgery here for elective surgery and some specialty surgery. Spays and neuters are pretty general, and dentistry is every day, pretty much. And then we provide medicine and checkups and exams and vaccines. And we try to help as many sick and injured animals as we can.
I love my team. We have a really special team. Everyone is really gifted and dedicated. Dr. Au is a fantastic boss. She's a great practitioner. She's a great leader, and we've all learned a lot, both personally and professionally, being able to work here. And we have great clients.
Yeah, it's really nice. A lot of the puppies and kittens that come in, because you really get to see them through all those stages. So, and you really get to know them, and you start to feel like almost like a personal relationship with them. So, it's a lot of fun. You get really attached.
Dr. Judy Au is the founder and owner of the Danforth Veterinary Clinic. Since the clinic does not receive any outside funding, their dedicated staff often volunteer some of their time to ensure that each pet get the care that they deserve.
Having been here for 4 years, it's really nice. I've got to see little puppies and kittens grow up, and it's been really nice. It's a heartwarming place to be.
James Cardinal McQuiggan Catholic High School is the proud home of the Learning Through Environment, Experience, and Diversity program. Located in the Keele and Finch area of Toronto, the school is working with its students to help give back to the community, as well as aid the kids in the program to become better students and more well-rounded individuals. Marcia Contway is a retired high school English teacher who volunteers her time to the LEAD program once a week.
I knew I still wanted to be involved with kids in a classroom setting without the onerous load of marking English essays. This gave me a chance to do that.
Paul Razzo is one of the co-founders of the LEAD program.
Doug Hemmerling and I, 2 years ago, I was teaching leadership. He was teaching grade 10 GLD, which was the other component. So we just started talking that there wasn't enough at this school to facilitate some of the kids that we were teaching. We wanted a hands-on experience for them, so together we came up with the program.
The LEAD program works by pairing students with peer tutors to work together on academics as well as activities in the community.
I think the writing component in this class is the journal writing, which is their personal reaction to basically what's happening in their world.
The students love Marcia. They get along fantastically with her. She's right at home in the classroom. She's a veteran teacher, so she fit right in.
When I introduce myself at the beginning of the year, I say to the kids, I don't have to be here. I'm here because I want to be here. And so hopefully you'll want me to be here, but we'll see.
If it weren't for the contributions of the volunteers at the high school, the Learning Through Environment, Experience, and Diversity program would not have been quite as successful.
Well, it's a great class to be involved with. I mean, I feel very fortunate that they want me here.
I'm Julie Fish for Centennial College.
Alrighty guys, so we saw a lot of extraordinary people doing a lot of extraordinary things today on Centennial. That was the best of local heroes from year 2, semester 1. I'm going to be heading out right now. Justin Zoris from On Demand. See you guys later.